pictures to help you guys.
I do.
Sir.
Deputy, if you would state your name and then spell your last name for us, please.
Deputy Nicholas Burkhart, Burkhart.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Deputy, what do you do for a living?
I'm currently employed by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you held that position?
I was hired in April of 2006.
Okay. Do you have all the training, certifications, and education necessary to be a peace officer in the state of Michigan?
I do.
Those are up to date today?
Yes, sir.
And they were up to date on April 20th of last year?
They were.
What's your assignment within the Sheriff's Department, Deputy?
I'm currently assigned to our department's civil division. At the time of this incident, I was assigned to our department's traffic services division.
Could you explain to the folks on the jury what traffic services does?
The traffic services division is a unit of the sheriff's office that responds to traffic crashes that involve critical injuries or fatalities.
So for lack of a better term, you folks do accident reconstruction and crash investigations.
That is correct.
Were you working on April 20th of last year?
I was.
And were you dispatched to a scene that brought you here to testify today?
I was. At the time of this incident, when it occurred, I was handling a separate injury traffic crash in Monroe Township, and I responded to this incident after that one was completed.
Okay. What did you do where did you respond?
So I responded to the Swan Boat Club, and then upon my arrival, I began taking preliminary photographs of the scene, and I also was assisting other deputies on the scene.
Was your primary assignment in the role to which you were assigned, traffic services investigation?
Yes, it was.
And to that end, you took photos of the scene?
I did.
Did you also oversee the extrication of the vehicle from the building?
Yes, I was present when the vehicle was removed from the building, and then I followed the vehicle after it was taken from the building to an inside storage location at Jim's Towing.
Okay. You answered my next question. It was towed by Jim's Towing?
Correct.
And stored there at their tow yard?
Yes, it was stored in an inside locked facility.
So you took your photos of the scene before the vehicle was removed?
Correct. I took initial scene photographs prior to the vehicle being removed, yes.
Okay. And then did you take any photos back at Jim's Towing?
I did. On the 22nd of April, I returned and took additional photographs.
Okay. Deputy, this is what's been marked People's 13A to PP. You've seen these photographs before?
Yes, sir, I have.
And these are a fair and accurate representation of what you saw of the scene and of the vehicle back at the tow yard?
Yes, sir.
No objection, Your Honor. People's 13A through People's 13PP argument.
Thank you, Judge. And Deputy, I'd just like to view a couple of those photos with you. Could we bring up 13L? Deputy, what does this depict?
This depicts an overall frontal view of the vehicle that was involved in this incident while it was in the inside storage facility at Jim's Towing.
Okay. If we could see M, please. And what does this depict?
This is a closer up version of the damage to the front of the vehicle.
And if we could see N. What does this depict?
Again, this is another picture of the front end damage, just kind of focusing on the right side of the vehicle.
So you initially went to Jim's Towing on the 20th. you returned on the 22nd to continue your investigation. Is that correct?
That's correct. I followed the vehicle to assure that it was placed in a secured inside storage facility, and then I returned on the 22nd to continue the investigation.
Okay. Other than taking photos, did you do anything else as it related to the vehicle?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I stood by while an employee of Jim's Towing removed the vehicle's event data recorder so I could take it back to the sheriff's office as part of the investigation.
What is an event data recorder?
An event data recorder is a module in most motor vehicles that will monitor various diagnostic points of a vehicle. It kind of constantly overwrites itself until an event occurs that causes the data points to be locked in.
Have you received any training with regard to event data recorders?
I did. In August of 2021, I successfully completed the Bosch CDR technician training that was provided by the Institute of Police Technology and Management at the University of North Florida.
So Bosch CDR training, what is that for the jury's understanding?
So the Bosch CDR is a computer program that allows us to image the data that's been locked in a vehicle's event data recorder and use that image to produce a report that can be analyzed.
Okay. So you took custody of the physical device, the physical unit from the tow truck driver?
That's correct.
And once you took custody of it, what did you do?
Once I had possession of the EDR module, I returned to the sheriff's office and utilized the Bosch CDR software to obtain an image of the data that was stored on the EDR module itself.
Have you done this sort of thing before?
I have.
About how many times?
I would estimate a few dozen times.
Okay. And this extracts information from the unit to create a report, you said?
Yes, it takes an image of all of the saved information on the module and generates a report for it.
Okay. Deputy, I'm going to show you what's been marked People's 14. It's a stipulated exhibit, but to just show it to you to identify it. Could you tell us what that is?
Yes, I can. So this is a copy of the Bosch CDR report that was generated as a result of the image that I took of the data that was on the EDR module.
Okay, and that's the EDR module. Well, let's back up. I never asked you this. What kind of vehicle is this?
It's a Ford Edge.
Okay. Do you know what model year?
I do not know off the top of my head.
Okay. So at this point, Judge, people would move for admission of People's 14 as a stipulated exhibit.
I believe it was stipulated already.
People's 14 is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. So, despite how many of these you've downloaded, are you qualified to discuss the contents of the report?
I am not.
Why not?
There's a separate course, which is an EDR analysis course, and I have not attended that yet.
Okay. So you're qualified to procure the image, but not to analyze it and discuss it?
Yes, so my qualification is for the use of the CDR imaging tool that allows us to obtain the image from the stored data.
Okay. I don't have any further questions for Deputy Burkhart, Judge.
Cross.
Deputy, I'll ask from here and keep my voice up. You didn't do any of the reading or interpretation of this whatsoever. I just want to make that clear. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
May this witness please.